All right, so since this is the titration of a weak acid with a strong base, initially, all we have to do is figure out the weak acid equilibrium, and that should get us to the pH of the overall solution. Remember that a weak acid equilibrium, though, involves an ice table. So this isn't a nice straight shot to pH like it was when we did the strong titration. We do have the dissociation that we need to worry about. So we have our balanced equation first, because we really should. And all that is happening is I have taken some acid, I have put that acid in water. It has acted as an acid and made an H3O plus and a conjugate base. And so this is the equilibrium that I'm going to work with for the initial pH. It's the last time I'll work with this, because at any point after this, I'm going to have to add some OH minuses. But right now, this is what I got. I know that the initial concentration is 0.1 molar because that's what's given in the problem. I know I don't care about the water. I know initially there were none of these guys. Since there were none of those guys, they have to be plus X. And then those reactants have to be minus X. Now, as a note, you're getting pretty close together between the Ka and this initial concentration. So it's probably better that we don't drop the X, but I'm going to drop it anyway. And you would be fine on your exam if you dropped it as well. My Ka expression is going to be concentration of both of the products over the concentration of the reactant. But as I just said, I can probably drop that X because it's close enough. So I have 1.8 times 10 to the minus 4. That's the Ka. It's going to be equal to X squared times 0.1. And so after all is said and done, I solve for X, which is 4.24 times 10 to the minus 3. And again, that X is the hydronium ion concentration. So now I can take the negative log of that. I feel like my Apple Pencil's wonky. It's writing pretty stupidly. And I get an initial pH of 2.37. It's a weak acid, so it probably shouldn't be terribly low. It's a relatively concentrated weak acid with a relatively large Ka. So it's going to be lower than some. And so this looks like a perfectly reasonable initial pH.